lighter, lower, and more technological, the fourth generation of the Honda 500 Adventurer arrives with a new look and also a new concept. And in this video, you'll find out everything about the brand new NX500 technical features, colors, price, my first impressions riding it, fuel consumption, and also the insurance cost. If you're new here, I'm Amanda Pagliari, and this is the most charming motorcycle channel in Brazil. And I'm here in the Taubaté region at Honda's invitation to test their newest release. Go ahead, like and subscribe. This motorcycle deserves it. Honda's new 500 brings back the NX badge, which stands for New X-Over, or in a loose translation, New Crossover. This badge has been successful both abroad and in Brazil. Who doesn't remember the old Sahara NX Sahara and also the NX400 Falcon? Now we have the new Sahara in Brazil with this concept, and the new NX500 has just arrived on the market here in Brazil. It's not a completely new motorcycle since it's based on the CB500X, which is being discontinued to make way for this new concept from Honda. Starting with the design, guys, as you can see here, we have a boxier look, so we no longer have those sharper lines. So here we have the fender that was removed. We have this gap here, just a low fender. We don't have the high fender. And some straighter lines here, more Dakarian style, in line with the Africa Twin and also the Sahara 300 in Brazil. The tank got these side fairings, which make it look more robust with an even bigger presence. We have the windscreen here, still without adjustment. However, for this new generation, Honda changed the shape a bit. According to them, it brings more aerodynamics. I'm going to test it on the road and I'll tell you my opinion about it. The 500X had full LED lighting, which remains on the NX500, along with always-on turn signals. To indicate the vehicle in front, which is a motorcycle, we have this new signature here in the headlight assembly. According to Honda, the LED light is stronger and the taillight has a new signature, making it stand out more when braking. It also got changes to the chassis, and with that, the seat. It is now 22 millimeters lower. I'll get on here so you can see. Now it has 83.4 centimeters to the ground, and another difference is that it's narrower. With that, you don't need to spread your legs as much, making life easier for short men and women. In practice, I believe it's easier to ride for those who are shorter. It also lost 1 kilogram. Now it's 183 kilograms dry weight, not counting the fluids. And the fuel tank, which hasn't changed, still has a capacity of 17.7 liters of gasoline. This weight reduction is mainly due to the change here in the front wheel, which is 1.5 kilograms lighter. It still has alloy wheels, 19 inches in the front and 17 in the rear. It got new controls on the left handlebar because now the dashboard has changed and you can control it directly here from the left handlebar. The dashboard is new. It's a color thin film transistor. When you turn it on, the little Honda wing appears here, right? And here we have a lot of information. The red exclamation point shows the side stand or kickstand is down. And one thing that Honda changed on this dashboard is that whenever there's an alert, it becomes very visible here at the bottom. So you really pay attention to deactivate it. You just select it and that's it. We have a very complete dashboard with a gear indicator and a fuel gauge. Up here is the tachometer. Here are the trip computer details, the speedometer, and up here the clock. And here in the corner are the trip computer details and also the dashboard settings. Here are the details, the favorites, which you can change at any time. We have trip A, kilometers per liter, and average consumption. Scrolling down, you see average consumption, trip A and trip B. You can measure each trip, reset them separately, and view the average speed. Here, you choose which information you want to leave in this corner. Here you have only the odometer information, and here, in the gear icon, the settings. One thing I wanted to show you is the types of dashboards, so you can leave it the way it is with the bar. There's the circle, where the tachometer looks like this, and also the simple one. Look how the simple one is really very simple. There's no tachometer, just the speedometer information. And here you can configure everything. For the background, you have the option of black or white. You can choose. The panel changes. I think black looks really nice. I'll show you. You can configure all of this directly here on the panel. It's important to mention. I'll leave it up here, guys. It's important to mention that this panel doesn't have connectivity, just like the European version. It also has the shift light, which indicates when you should change gears. So here you can turn it on or off. And you choose at which revolutions per minute you should make this change. On the outside, we have indicator lights. And another change we had here, traction control. When this symbol appears, it means it's turned off. Recycled row branch. For safety, every time you restart the motorcycle, Honda will turn on the traction control. But then if you want, you can just turn it off. The engine is the same one that was used in the 500X, however. For this generation, it has been remapped to comply with the new emission regulations of Promote 5. With that, unfortunately, it lost 0.6 horsepower and now has 49.6 horsepower. And it remains the same two-cylinder engine with liquid cooling with 471 cubic centimeters. We also lost a little bit of torque, just a tiny bit. It still has 4.5 kilogram force meters. And one of these changes that Honda made, besides adapting to Promote, also made the bike more responsive at low and medium revs. Soon I'll test it on the road and share my impressions with you. The engine retains 6 gears and uses chain final transmission. The A500 X already had a slipper and assisted clutch, and it remains in this version. The assisted clutch provides more smoothness. Squeezing the lever is smooth and causes no fatigue. The slipper technology, on the other hand, prevents the wheel from locking up when you make a sudden downshift. We didn't have any significant changes to the brakes. The set has been updated, it's lighter, but it still has floating discs, also with floating calipers. Dual discs with a diameter of 296 millimeters in the front and 240 millimeters in the rear. It's important to mention that it comes with an anti-lock ABS system on both wheels. It also already had that ESS braking system. The emergency braking warning on the 500X remains on the NX. That is, when you brake suddenly at a certain speed, the hazard lights are automatically activated here at the rear to indicate to the vehicle behind that there was a sudden braking, providing more safety. There was also a change in the brake hose. According to Honda, this new, more rigid material expands less than the hoses used in the 500X, providing more safety and braking power. There were no changes to the suspensions either. It still has the inverted telescopic fork from Showa without adjustment, with the SFFBP system, which separates the hydraulic function from the spring. At the rear, it retains a single spring, link, preload adjustment, and 135 millimeters of travel. It doesn't come with any kind of outlet. However, you can buy a 12-volt outlet as an accessory to install here. In addition to other accessories like a fairing protector, handguard, and also a center stand. Now that I've shown you everything, let's take this ride for a spin. An hour ride with the NX500 starts here in Parity. I went down the mountain with the 500 Hornet. There's a video here on the channel. Now I'm going up towards Taubaté with the NX500. Just a reminder, guys, I've already made a video comparing the two at the 650 E-Clutch event, and there's a video here on the channel. I made a video talking about the differences between the Hornet 500 and the NX500, the main differences, right? And then I made this video talking about which one I prefer, what each one is for, and which one to buy. I'll leave the link in the description and in the card for you to watch later, okay? In this video, you'll only see my impressions riding the NX500. Unfortunately, due to Promot 5, Honda's NX500 lost horsepower. That's sad, right? We always expect more horsepower, never less, right? But anyway, emission standards. By the way, just a fun fact for you, in Europe, it's less powerful than in Brazil. Did you know that? Because of the driver's license category, it targets beginners, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's A1. And then people who have a certain power range, right? So many manufacturers end up offering certain products with different power levels precisely to cater to different audiences, right? And in Brazil, there's no such problem. It really decreased because of Promote, unfortunately. And in my opinion, the engine is the same. To be really honest with you, I would have to ride both side by side on the same ride to say if it's better or worse. From what I remember of the CB500X when I rode it, it's the same engine. And on a tight little mountain road like this, that's when you realize how cool this engine is for having fun. It's not that kind of engine where you're aiming for top speed, right? Wow, I need to go 299, I need to go a million. But since it's a torquey engine, especially at low speeds, Honda actually remapped it to deliver more torque, more power at low RPMs. You end up having a lot of fun because it's a crossover, right? It has the size of a big trail, but it's a light crossover, easy to ride, very agile. And with the Tipo engine, just right for you to ride around. Roads with lots of winding curves. I've always said that the 500 X was the most versatile motorcycle in Brazil. In my opinion, it was perfect, right? For many uses, what wasn't perfect was the price, right, guys? It kept going up and up. The price wasn't good. It's not good, right? The handling of this motorcycle is very well tuned. So for riding on curves, roads, and with Peixe de Serra, this motorcycle helps a lot. Regarding the windshield, unfortunately, it doesn't have any adjustment. And although it got bigger, in my opinion, there's turbulence. Everything hits my face. So it ends up being a negative point. There are other negative points, guys, as well as some positive ones that I'll talk about in the full review video, which I'll do in the Motoplay style. Go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. As soon as this complete review with the positive and negative points of the NX500 comes out, you'll be the first to know. You need to be subscribed with the notification bell turned on so YouTube can let you know, okay? And you, my subscriber, please check if YouTube hasn't unsubscribed you, all right? Subscribing is free, and if you want to become a member to get benefits, just click the link and become a member. There are giveaways, exclusive content, early access videos, exclusive videos. There's Amandinha's calendar and much more. The suspension on the 500 X is really tough. It handles well. So potholes and patched roads are no problem. So it will hold up really well and provide comfort for riding while standing. I did feel that it got narrower. For me, I'd have to put a riser here, right? To make it a little higher because I'm a tall person. But overall, this motorcycle is good. The dashboard showed 26.9 kilometers per liter fuel consumption, but that's not the actual pump measurement. That's the dashboard. However, the Mahwah Institute measured an average fuel consumption of 27 kilometers per liter at Honda's request. In fact, I saw on the dashboard of other journalists there were people who got over 28 kilometers per liter. If you have an NX500, tell me down below what kind of fuel consumption do you get with it? This was just a first impressions video. The usual Motoplay video with pros and cons will be released. I'll test fuel consumption at the pump and ride more in the city. Still, I think a few things should have been included from the start. I'll tell you guys, one of them is the USB port, which I think should come from the factory, not as an accessory. And another point is that unlike the European version, the dashboard here on the NX500 doesn't have connectivity. According to Honda, it was a matter of Anatel and government approval. And it may be that in the future, other versions of the NX500 will have connectivity like the European version. And the new NX500 is available in 3 colors with a suggested retail price starting at 45,800 Reais plus shipping. It includes a 3-year warranty and Honda assistance, providing coverage in Brazil and select Latin American countries. If you liked the video, leave a like and share it with your friends, WhatsApp groups, and Facebook. Let's share this launch. A complete video for you about this new model in Brazil. Which do you prefer, the Quinhentos X or NX500? Write your choice below. Remember that I made a really cool video in this same format about the Hornet 500, which is its sister, right? I'll leave the link up here for you and also in the description. Go watch it later. I also made a cool video comparing the NX500 and the Hornet 500, sharing which I prefer. I'll note the differences in both the description and the card. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's free. And if you want to become a channel member, there are lots of benefits.